Welcome to
Welcome
another
to Stargeekz.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You couldn't wait to do that. You mother effer. Welcome to Stargeekz. This is Sean.
This is a little.
Oh, now you off. So now you didn't even want to say your name right. So you're a little off. But yeah, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Wait, am I always the second name?
He is. That's why I was waiting. I'm Steve.
And I'm Ed.
Welcome
Weird,
to the show. Welcome. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? The final episode this week. We will be talking about that as well. Ed, you got any news this week?
Few things, nothing too crazy.
Okay. Well, I got a little bit of news this week, and how's everybody doing? Otherwise, since our Saturday,
I think we're all reeling from the massive defeat we took at the feet of Ed.
Nope, I'm not taking that.
Listen to Logan a little. You can say that your team's the best all you want. Everybody unanimously agrees. It's not.
Yeah, if you didn't catch
my team's not for sure.
If you didn't catch our Geeks episode this Saturday, we had a superhero draft that is actually on our page. If you want to check that out, it was fun. I had a good time.
So much fun.
I had a good time with that. That was
Can't
fun.
wait to do the villain draft.
Already started working on it.
Damn.
And we gotta have. There's gonna be new rules and shit. Like,
we're
learning from it. We're learning from the mistakes of the first draft. Don't worry. Next year's superhero draft 2025 is gonna be a lot different.
I agree. Yeah. Anyway, Ed, I'll let you kick off the news, man.
All right. Well, I'll apologize up front for my.
Wait, real quick. I feel like we need an intro for the news now. Like,
well,
kind of weird. You have like a little soundbite or something.
I do a lot of the times, but unfortunately, we've got power outage because of the storms, which is the reason for my kind of crappy background. I'm actually at my office at work because I don't have power at home.
Oh,
wow!
Okay.
So,
right. Well,
your office is you work at the Empire.
Of course,
he does.
Some of this news is carryover from last week because we were not here for the episode 7 review. So to start it off, one of the cool things from last week, and it's probably one of the coolest things that we didn't get with this show, Acolyte, was they showed all of the concept art for the lightsaber design. They didn't use any of them.
Yes, I did see this.
And some of these were just so cool as far as the design looks. I mean,
they look older too, right? Like not as refined.
Exactly. I mean, there was a lot of Sith lightsabers that they had. Now, Cormier's lightsaber was awesome with having the little attachment for the smaller blade. But just some of the general look of these was very
I like that. I like when they look all rough like that. Like that looks awesome. It looks like it was carved out of a rock or something.
Yeah, I mean, there was it's got the double blade. This kind of looks like the one that he used a little bit. We don't really get a very good look at it, but just some very cool designs. And then when you get down through it,
that looks pretty cool.
I think that's the same one we saw. Now here's some of the ones they had for the Jedi. This is a triple blade.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but again, we didn't see any of this shit. Like I was looking for
they didn't use any of these.
Yeah, I know, but I was looking for cool lightsabers.
Dude, could you imagine? Look at that. Triple blade emitters create a thick beam, like an actual lightsaber broadsword. Like, whoa.
Yeah. See, if they'd have done this in like wood, that would have been perfect for the Wookiee.
That'd have been a great.
Oh, the marble becomes translucent.
That'd have been a great prop replica too. Like that's just nice shit. Like it just, I just don't get it.
Yeah,
that's another one that looks like it has 3 blades.
Yep.
Ooh, that one's clean.
So, but I mean, this is just another example of what we could have gotten with this show. Yeah. So moving on to other things, there's been a lot of talk, and I am so excited to play Star Wars Outlaws.
Did you see the 10-minute gameplay?
I watched it tonight. It looks fun. Now, I never played Uncharted, there's a lot of people who are saying that it reminds them of that. Also, about
Tomb Raider too.
Yeah, the running hiding aspect is like the Wanted option from GTA. So,
Ed, I wanted to mention before we get out of any video game talk here. If you're currently looking for a Star Wars game, open world RPG like we've been talking about, there's a little game called Starfield out there. And what Bethesda's done is opened up the mod community for Xbox players, and it's already been available for PC. But I have changed Starfield to be a Star Wars game. I have a little droid with me called DD88. He's a little R2 unit that rolls around with me and fucking electrocutes people and I can store shit with him. I can get Greedo as one of my teammates. There's Star Wars aliens all over the fucking game. Star Wars ships can be added. I haven't done that, but I have turned Starfield into Star Wars the game, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, you gotta send pictures because
I did. Well, I said it.
Yeah, I've seen them. It looks so good.
Okay. It looks really good.
If it weren't for the fact that I'm in the middle of a game and I have my completionist mentality, because I know if I leave, I'm not going back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying not to. But every time you send me a screenshot, I'm like,
it's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's so painful.
Running around in the Dingerin Mandalorian armor with an R2 unit and a green lightsaber, fucking people up. It's pretty good stuff.
Yes.
Here's a little bit of that gameplay, and what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it looks very cool. I know that when I watched the video, it seemed a little choppy. I think it might have been my YouTube feed, but yeah, this is, I think, her down inside the Sarlacc pit.
Inside of a Sarlacc.
A dead one. But she's down inside looking for a tooth.
Haven't seen that before.
So.
Yeah, really, really cool. Like, again, really some great, just some really great gameplay. It's like, it gets intense. Like, there's certain moments where it does get intense. And
imagine being down there in that Sarlacc pit and being like, hearing like something move. Like, like this motherfucker might not be dead.
Right. But it's just that the gameplay looks great. I mean, honestly, I'm all on for this. Like, I can't wait. Definitely it's a one-player game, but like, I mean, I know I'm pretty sure we're all gonna play. Honestly, I can see Steve probably. I was going to tell you, I'd probably wait for this for a while because you know what?
It's going to be on Game Pass.
It's going to be on Game Pass.
I'm not going to buy it day one. I have too many other single-player things going right now, so.
Yeah, I'm a day one, so I know I'm gonna get it day one.
And then part of that Starfield thing, it was that there's a new mod coming out. It's just called Starfield's the Star Wars mod, or it's called I think Star. It's like
shit.
Either way, they basically said they're changing everything about it. The music is going to be changed. The quest lines are all going to be changed. Everything. It's just going to be an overall new game experience if you have this one mod attached, and it's coming soon. It's not out yet. So.
All right.
But I'm interested. Can they get away with that?
Yeah, because they're not selling it. It doesn't cost any money. It's free.
Okay. Free mod. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's how they get away with it. If it's for profit, they can get you. But
interesting. We'll see how that plays.
So as we close out of Acolyte and we look to the future, there's been a little bit of discussion about Skeleton Crew. Yeah. Now, again, it's a whole new thing that we've never seen. It's supposed to be from a childlike perspective, kind of the coming of age. They're comparing it to like the Goonies and E.T. But they've already ran into a problem even before we've gotten to see the first episode.
Uh-oh.
And that is they wrapped filming on this on January of 2023. It is now going to be the end of 2024, and we all know what happens to shows that have kids. They age super fast. So people are already like, how are you going to, if it's successful, how will you do a season 2? Because these kids are going to go from kids to adults from one season to the next.
They're just going to do like forced perspective, like Stranger Things. Those kids are all in their mid-30s, and they're still making that show.
Yeah, but we've got to see at least them grow up a little bit. This is like instant.
Not Will.
Yeah, Will went from like not being through puberty to like owning several properties and shit, like in between seasons. Like,
yo, I watched the like a little making of, And like Millie Bobby Brown was like, "Oh, I was 10 then, and now I'm 20," and she's like driving a car. I'm like, "God damn!" But like,
Yo, Sean, and the crazy thing was, I was like, I remember when we first watched the trailer on this show for the first season. I'm like, damn, that's how old we are. That whole person had a whole life while we've been doing this show.
Wild. Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't know about Skeleton Crew at this point.
It can't be any worse than Acolyte. Sorry, spoiler.
Well, and that's kind of the last thing in the news, which I don't know if it was right to put it in the news or save it to the end, but there's a lot of question. Season 2, not so much because of the reviews or the content, but the biggest thing a lot of people are talking about is how expensive it was. Like, how can you justify spending that kind of money? And then the other part is, now that we've seen the whole thing,
well, let's wait.
What did they do with that money? Where did it go?
Let's talk about that at the end. I got some collecting news, a little bit of stuff. I don't have anything.
I'm ready to, Ed. I'm ready to. We still got to do. We got to do episode 7 first because we didn't do that.
Oh yeah, no, we'll try to burn through that one.
Really have to.
we'll go quick.
Does it matter?
It was the past that explained everything.
Real quick, sideshow stuff that's coming out. That's up and coming. Their Luke Skywalker Red 5, which will be the one that they actually released last year. Well, there was a picture last year of it that it had him climbing into an X-Wing. So it was like part of an X-Wing that was coming. Yeah, so that's a premium format. Ed, you're going to probably love this when this comes out. We'll have more pictures when it comes out. They're releasing a Cad Bane premium format. I don't know what it's based off of. Is it based off Clone Wars or Mandalorian?
Even if it's based on either one, it's going to be awesome because he looked great in Mandalorian. So.
I know. So like,
I love Cad Bane.
I know a premium format Cad Bane. I need that. Like, I think I'm gonna.
I probably off the show, right? Like off the Mandalorian, where it looks more realistic.
You know what?
More
You know what's funny, Steve? Sideshow goes on their own liberties with stuff. So like, I think that they'll just do their own version,
like a mix.
Yeah. So I'm definitely I'm San Diego Comic-Con will probably get some pictures of that. Also we're getting Boba Fett print. It was a Boba Fett print. It wasn't that major. If you're a Hot Toys collector, the Clone Commander Scorch from the Bad Batch, cool figure. I mean, we'll see how that plays. I'm not a Hot Toys guy, so like not really my bag.
But Stormtroopers would be the perfect Hot Toys to collect. That's like the perfect thing.
I know, because you can get all of them. And they're coming out with a Darth Maul hologram statue 6-scale figure. I don't know how that's. I get it doesn't move. But it does glow. So it's just a little statue, 6-scale statue, and it glows it glows up like there's a light on the bottom of it, and you can actually see the lights in there.
That's pretty sweet. Like you could have that on your desk, looking like an actual hologram.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. I could see that. Then if that's a success, you could see them doing that with like the Leia, everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get a Leia one. I would definitely wouldn't be mad about that. I do love the coloration of it. It does look like a hologram, kind of has those little lines in there, and the face is a little bit colored. I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. So that was it for like sideshow stuff, what I had seen. I thought it was really kind of cool, interesting. If you're into the premium formats and the Hot Toys, always mix of stuff. So that is awesome. And that is actually it. I don't have anything. I do have one thing, but I think I showed it last. Well, we weren't here last week.
You weren't here last week.
Oh, damn. So I did.
You showed it off to your new friends.
I did show it off to my. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. If last week I did do a Star Wars show. I did a Collection Wars over there with Gabe and Michael from Collection Wars. If you don't know who Gabe is Star Wars Replicas. He has like a huge following on Instagram. I had a good time with them. I actually did a room tour, which I didn't want to do.
Those guys did one with us on his own show.
Yeah, but it wasn't a deep room tour though. But man, their collections are pretty ridiculous.
Yes, indeed.
for Star Wars guys and collectors, man, their thing is pretty crazy, man. But I was happy to share my collection with them and talk to them. That was a fun show. It was a couple weeks ago. Check it out if you get a chance. And I did get something Star Wars related. Ed, you might like this. It's pretty cool.
And also, for those watching live or going to watch the next, check out Amazon Prime Days for some bunch of Star Wars stuff. They have a ton of Star Wars stuff on Prime Days. So,
thank you.
I look at games, books, all that kind of stuff on Prime.
Yeah. Then you're not pulling anything up for us or anything? You didn't do your research for this one?
No, because I was researching video game stuff. I ordered a bunch
on
of
Amazon in the search bar. Type in Star Wars
and click the Prime Days filter. Because I want to show. Because if you do it that way, it's a bunch of kids stuff for most of it. Then you get into like some
the Hasbro. I think the Hasbro helmets and stuff were on sale too. I think
I didn't see any today. Maybe they were yesterday, but they're not. I don't see any up today.
Yeah, I think there were. I think it was
because each day for Prime Days they change the stuff, so it's not the same thing for 2 days. They get different stuff both days. Some stuff goes across, some stuff doesn't. So again, check it out. They even have adult T-shirts.
I did get this Return of the Jedi Kenner Rancor inbox.
I thought you weren't collecting that.
I wasn't, but I couldn't pass it up. It was cheap. I was like, if it's cheap, I'm buying it.
That box is awesome.
It's
in incredible shape.
It is in good condition. A little bit of writing on it. I didn't even take the figure out, to be honest. Like, I just thought it was kind of cool just to have in box. I like the box. I do want to get box stuff, but this was like a no-brainer for me. So I was just like, I grabbed it, and honestly, it's in great condition. So,
oh no, the Rancor.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I like it. I thought it was a really cool piece. So picked it up, put it. I'm keeping it in the box. But all the stuff is
now.
You
gotta get the Wampa, and now you gotta get
book was in there.
I love those books.
Yeah, I love those books too. Smells like old vintage. That's what it smells like. But I'm actually getting a case for it. I have a case I actually ordered. Gonna put it in a blue glass case and call it a day.
The box you're gonna put in a glass case?
Yes. Yeah,
or the figure?
The whole thing. I'm just gonna put the whole box in the glass case.
Okay.
The smell reminds me of a quick story. I was at a toy show a long time ago, and I was trying to fill out a few spots in my loose collection. I found an Imperial Pilot still on the card. The card was beat up and in the bubble. And I had my friend, and I said, watch this. And we walked by a bunch of other collectors that I know. And while standing in front of them, I ripped it open. You would have thought they were going to have a heart attack. And then I just took it out, and I'm like, love that new figure smell.
Oh, they were like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Collect them loose.
Man, you got to do what you got to do, man. Listen, I appreciate that. You told me that story. I remember that story.
And I don't have one box. Everything's out of the box.
So yeah, that's really all for collecting news. I'm pretty sure San Diego Comic-Con will definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about when that drops and everything else. So that'll be cool. But yeah, let's get into Acolyte.
Spoilers.
I will play the spoiler warning like really anyone cares at this point.
I think Alil liked this show.
I did. I'm not going to deny it. I don't know what the fuck you guys watched that you guys are so down on it. Like, I have gripes. But the fact that you guys are just like, this is fucking garbage. Like, I don't see it that bad.
I didn't say it was garbage. I didn't say it was garbage. It wasn't.
I think Squid Games was awesome, and I think Jason Mendoza was fucking awesome. And they had an awesome fight scene in episode 8. And I don't know what the fuck you guys are watching, but that fight scene was badass.
Never said there was anything wrong with the fight scenes. Damn.
Okay.
Look at Alil attacking before we've even said anything.
Exactly.
God damn.
Because
chill out.
I've already got your feelings through the screen.
Chill, you shill. Chill. All right?
I'm chilling all day, chilling.
We know who signs your checks, but it doesn't matter. Just relax. It can be bad.
It's true. Right? I ain't afraid to admit it. I love it. I embrace it. I'll embrace the hate here Your hate fuels me.
It's not just me.
No, but you know what?
Most of the world is united in understanding. Like, look at the audience scores everywhere. It's down.
Yeah, because they were already audience review bomb. But look what's trending on Twitter. If you go to trending on Twitter, it is Acolyte season 2. People are asking for it.
I mean, yeah, we got to get it at this point. But I mean, can we? Do you want to review 7 real quick? I mean,
yeah, we can.
7 is what? 7 is a rehash of episode. I can't remember.
7 is the explanation that I said if it didn't land, it was going to make the show suck, and it didn't land. Nothing that happened there. Here's why this show is irritating, because nobody's bad. Everybody's like, it's all just a big misunderstanding. Torben killed himself for no fucking reason. All this, like, nothing that bad. People died, yeah, but like it was all like every single instance of it, you were like, I kind of see how that happened. Like, it's just a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of morally gray, but there's no good and bad. It's just like,
I think,
that's the thing, though. That's the thing is, the reason why it's bad and the reason why it works is because that senator in episode 8 laid it out, right? Because what do the Jedi do? And what we've talked about through 9 movies, why is Luke Skywalker the hero, right? Because he embraces the Force, but also embraces his feelings. He's going to go save his dad. He doesn't care. What do the Jedi do that the Jedi fail? Is they suppress their feelings and emotions. So that's what failed here. It's because Soul didn't suppress his feelings and emotions, got all excited and giddy to have his own Padawan, and made a bad mistake. And then they, instead of coming clean and doing what they were supposed to do because they're Jedi, they hid the truth. And that's what this episode shows. And to me, like, that makes sense.
It just doesn't seem like any of it needed to be hidden. Like, none of it, like, it's just like bad decisions. Like, none of it even was like all.
Yeah, but most movies and TV series are a bunch of bad decisions. How many things we talked about? There wouldn't be a show. People just talk to each other.
All right, fine. Fine. No criticisms for this show because other things have done all the things that I'm going to complain about, and those exist. So, fucking, this show has carte blanche. No, you're right, Lil. Everything is explained. It's a great show. Fuck, man, I can't wait for season 2. God damn, I can't wait.
No, I'll give you your criticisms.
No, you
But
won't.
what I'm telling you is
I've given 2 criticisms, and you've given me 20 minutes of fucking why my criticism doesn't mean anything.
I didn't say it didn't mean anything. I'm explaining why. Like, I don't know why you'd be so hard on it for misunderstanding.
I haven't been hard on it. I didn't even say anything. I didn't even rate it. Nothing.
You sent a text of a dumpster fire, so you already rated it.
I did. That's not a rating. That's a funny joke.
That's a rating.
Ha-ha. Funny haha.
That's a rating.
I rate you a 0.
I have never seen y'all two go back and forth like this, and it is amusing to me. I love it.
I feel uncomfortable being in between these two. I want to move myself somewhere else.
Move me up. Fuck this guy. No. Ed, hold me back, Ed. Oh shit. Now close her off a little. Oh god.
I'm eating popcorn, listening to you all. Like,
wow, that's fine. It's all bullshit. It's all.
No, I agree. I am not a fan of the writing, the dialogue, all that kind of stuff. But what I appreciate here is I like 2 characters that emerged out of this. One who still has a future, and that's why I'm rolling with it.
Maybe.
I didn't like that we got the Wookiee fighting. Yes, finally. But he's fighting his own people under duress.
But we knew that was going to happen.
But I just like
So real quick, I agree with Steve and I agree with Lil, but I agree more with Steve because there were the consequences of like there it was weird. It was like if this story would have been like, oh, the Jedi specifically killed them with lightsabers and shit, then the cover up is like, oh yeah, I get that cover up. The cover up here was like you're right. It's like a misunderstanding of shit.
Like what happened? They all got in their fucking heads and everything went fucking nuts. The witches started attacking everybody. I had to kill all these witches because they wouldn't let homeboy go. Like this one lady turned into smoke and I pulled my lightsaber out and poof, she was just on that shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like it was just pandemonium. Yeah, but instead they're like, let's cover it up.
It wasn't the act. It was the cover up.
Yeah, like that
exactly.
didn't make any sense. It was like
But
the
it's
cover
the
up was
cover up
"Is
that
that
makes
really
things
worth it?"
worse, right?
No, exactly.
Clean.
But to me, like there would need to be a reason for them to cover it up, right?
Well,
to me, it didn't seem like there was that big of a reason for them to cover it up. Like Saul was already like, I'll just go talk to the council, and then fucking Trinity was like, sit your ass down. You're not telling nobody nothing. This is what really happened. And I was like, okay, why? But why? Like, I don't understand why. You didn't need to. You could have just told the truth.
No, it was
And
very.
then the rest of the show is like doesn't exist. Like,
yeah, that was clunky. I agree. I'm not.
That's it. That's it. Everything else, like the visual of Carrie-Anne Moss killing all those witches, fucking awesome. Some of the concepts of that stuff were great. Like, I liked when Tormund was pushed up against the wall and fucking barely blocked that one lightsaber, and he's just like screaming while Saul's trying to get the Wookiee. Like, there's some really good visual stuff in there, even though that all takes place in line at Splash Mountain still. But
so one of the things that I read, and I'm curious to see. I mean, yeah, overall, there's some great content. The delivery was not very good. Sometimes it was all right. Sometimes it fell on its face.
Sometimes
but one
it was
of the
great.
Oh yeah, but one of the things that I had heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but when they were initially pitching the concept of this, that it was supposed to focus more on the Sith side of it versus what we got as more the Jedi. And apparently, according to that story, is that it was the executives at the upper level who said, no, we can't focus on the Sith. It has to be more. It has to be lighter and more Jedi.
Ugh.
Which, why? But if you would have gone that direction,
so far.
we would have loved it. I mean, I don't know if we would have loved it, but I think the concept would have been much better.
Yeah, if you'd have given me more, Jason Mendoza, I would have been all for it. Like,
if we would have had,
I love him. Yeah. I like the helmet. The more I've seen the helmet, even in this last episode, I looked more at the helmet. I'm like, I like this helmet.
Couldn't we have seen the whole show from like following that story, and then just like gotten little snippets of these guys and their bullshit? Like, I would have preferred that.
Yeah. This.
But
I think what really hurt this show is that it week to week. I think if you sat down and you watched this all at once and you got the full thing and you're not waiting week to week for something major to happen,
you might be right. You might be right about that.
I think this
you definitely are right about that.
Played a lot better.
Sometimes the delivery, right? The delivery. Remember when you guys said Monarch was getting all that shit? Like, people were like, "Oh, I can't stand this show." But then I watched it when it was all out and binged it, and I was like, "It was great," because I didn't have to wait a week to see a monster. I had to wait 20 minutes.
I went back.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's exactly, I think, the point. You're like, this shouldn't have been week to week. I know why, and it's every streamer's doing this now because everyone's dropping streaming plans. So, of course, they're going to keep the week to week to keep you going, right? The thing is for a show like this, I think, just like the hate that it started coming out with, and we talked about it in the beginning, like everyone's like, oh, they've already broken the timeline with the Jedi. Nobody knew about the Sith. Well, if you sat down and watched this thing from start to finish, you wouldn't have had time to sit there and dwell on these items. You would have gone from, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is a concept. Oh, I see what they're doing here. Yeah, the writing of the story is still not going to be great, but I think.
I can't. I watch this and I keep watching it every week, like back to back to back. I'm watching all the episodes. There's so many things that are like misses, and it's just like it just overall.
Like
I think this overall as a package just did not work. It didn't work.
What's the miss?
Everything. It just didn't work. Like either the writing just didn't. I tried to watch it all the way through. It don't fucking work. It just doesn't. There's something missing, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
Well, here, like weekly TV used to be formatted a specific way, right? Lost.
Yeah.
You wanted to come back every week because every week there was a cliffhanger, but also every week there was some revelation. And then
also was what, an hour show?
True. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's what's missing from
it was done.
Yeah, it was an hour show with commercials though.
But it was it was the format of it though. These shows don't necessarily, like, they give you like cliffhanger endings, and you're sitting there going like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I have to wait a week now. God damn it! Like, at no point was I ever like, oh, I can't wait. I was always
agree.
like, God damn it! Like,
I agree.
you could have just fucking told me. Like, it's only been goddamn after we watched the whole previously on in the opening credits. It's only been fucking 20 minutes, and we're already cutting out. And actually, it's only been 18 minutes because I got another 7 minutes of end credits through fucking 25 languages. So, the 35-minute runtime is cut drastically down. And
although I agree with you, and I don't like at the same time, it's the fucking writing. Like, we watched Mandalorian and we were all like, damn, this is fucking great. Like, Mandalorian was great. It's the writing. It's the writing of this show that didn't do it any justice. The characters, all great. Like, these characters could have been phenomenal at the end of the day.
No, not all great. I don't like Vanessa. I think she's the worst actress, and every time I see her on screen, my eyes bleed.
Which one? The green thing?
The green, yeah. That's Vanessa, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
You and me, we're gonna get along just fine. We keep the hating on Vanessa going.
She didn't bother me
the only good scene she had was with the senator in episode 8.
Right.
Because then it kind of played out and the senator told the truth. Like,
but
what
you see, but wait, let me jump. I agree with you. Like, you see that content right there, that content between her and the senator, that should have been the fucking writing the whole time in that show. Like, that's the kind of writing that Steve, if we say it, Game of fucking Thrones does it so goddamn well. Even the most boring shit that you don't even want to talk about is so suspenseful. And that conversation right there was really great. And that's what this show
Well, that's because they had Game of Thrones hires dramatic actors for their roles. And
but I'm not taking anything away from these actors. These actors did their job. They did what they had to do. There's nothing has
not all, not Vanessa.
I don't like whoever. Look, Osha and May needed to convey some emotion at some point.
The Osha and May shit.
This actress.
Well, you predicted it, Sean, too. You said it. That's what was going to happen in the beginning.
Yeah, but you know what? And we probably had to jump to 8 because honestly, 7 did what we watched.
Yeah. We've been in 8. 7 talked about the backstory and we didn't like it, but we talked about the highlights.
Jump back to 8.
7, whole episode 7 was probably one of the worst because just the way they set it up, the way they played it out. I mean, the one guy, Torben, he's fucking homesick. Seriously?
Yeah.
That's your motivation as a Jedi? I mean,
I want to go home. I don't like being out here.
This was a very hard episode. And even, like, Steve, you called some of the predictions in episode 1. There was no mystery. There was no real intrigue. It was all guessed right out of the gate. So, it was painful.
I was wondering how all those witches died. And I thought this was actually really cool. Like all these witches were like using their mind power to control this Wookiee. And that's why nobody could get through to him. But then Carrie-Anne Moss finally can by severing that connection and all of them instantly die. I was like, yo, that's pretty fucking dark right there. That's pretty cool. That's like some X-Men fucking, what's that? Like, what's that
feedback?
I didn't understand like it, but then it's like, if you just would have talked 5 more minutes and said, hey, I want Osha to go with you instead of doing all this other shit, this would have been over and done with.
Yeah, like she gets stabbed and she's like, I was gonna let her go. I'm like, you've been standing here for 10 minutes not saying that. Yeah. So like maybe if you just would have led with that when he showed up, it's like, hey, Osha's gonna go with you. He's like,
and I get it, you can't do that, but like at the same time, it's like, damn, for real? Like all that shit you just did, you turned into a puff of smoke. Like, why?
But she was also, but see, that's the thing too. Like May was also turning into smoke at that point. So like we don't know what was happening there.
Yeah, I know.
Because
they don't even explain it.
Well, I don't think they can because she got killed. So like nobody knew what the plan for the girls was,
and they still didn't explain how the girls were brought about. That was like the main mystery of the show. And don't get that.
Well, it's a virgins in the Force, and They were there, but just like we've seen
But
in
it's
other
like,
places in Star Wars.
but it's like they're so worried, like we need to figure this out because this creates life. I'm like, you know what else creates life? Fucking people. We do that all the time. Why don't we like, I get it, like you want to protect us, but like, come on.
And do you feel like they took away from the Anakin birth thing?
Well,
No.
I don't know because they didn't. We don't have kind of the tie-in with this because I can speculate and say that and this is getting into 8. When you get to the end and Saul finally comes out and says what he's been trying to say for 7 freaking episodes, but he gets interrupted every single time. When he finally makes that revelation, you even see Quamir kind of go, "Wait, what?" Like, I don't think he realized what was going on with the twins. And so when he kind of has that aha moment, that will tie back to Plagueis. And I'm wondering if Plagueis is the one who goes, wait, so that's how this works. He makes the connection. And then because of these twins, he's able to basically create Anakin in the future. So this might lead to that. But we don't know right now.
Oh my god, that's a lot of exposition and a lot of shit.
It's a lot, but like, here's the thing: even if it does explain that, all that, right? Ed, if it lays in that perfectly, I am not gonna sleep any better having that information. Like, that's not gonna make me like this shit more. Being like, oh shit, I'm gonna be like, okay, so all this and. So Anakin, okay, so he's still alive. All right, okay.
Well, I mean, that was
like I'm waiting.
It still doesn't explain because that was always one of the gripes when they did episode 1, and Shmi Skywalker was like, "Oh, he has no father," and it's the whole Immaculate Conception. I think half the Star Wars universe was like, "Oh my, what? What the hell are you talking about?"
I always looked at her when she said that, and I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've always been trying to figure out, like, okay, what the hell are you talking about? So while this might explain how we get to Anakin, they still haven't explained the twins.
Well, I think they kind of did because Sol was talking about that their planet here, there was the virgins in the Force. And we've seen that play out in other movies and in other lore and all that stuff. I mean, where Yoda was, that cave was also virgins in the Force. Like all these things. So the virgins helped create. Sam Jackson, Mace Windu, says in Phantom Menace, again, a movie I hate, and the fact that I have to go back to that to defend things, that we've never seen a virgins in the Force around
a person. Correct.
So that's why Anakin is different, and Anakin was special.
Yes.
I think they're trying to tell, the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise that we get in was it episode 3, right? When he tells the story.
3, yes. At that bubble opera.
Yeah. Again, this whole series is about bad politics. I mean, like, you look at all the political dialogue, it's all bad. Always been bad. Jimmy Smits, I love Jimmy Smits, but like whenever he's talking about things and Padme was doing things, it's all bad.
Whenever Star Wars tries to do, okay, Star Wars needs to not do the politics and the Senate hearings and all that stuff. What they need to do, if they're going to do serious drama, just go look at what they did over on Andor. Okay, go talk to those guys. That's what we want for drama in Star Wars. And there was some politics in there, but a lot of it was like backroom deals and fucking like, seedy underbelly shit. Like, do that.
I think what this show wanted this show wanted to show that the Jedi hold themselves to such high regard.
Yeah.
That even this mistake that we are all like, it's not that big of a deal. To them, it was a big deal.
Right.
Because they are so prissy. That's why I've always not been fans of the Jedi. I've talked about this. Yeah, I'm not, I'll go to the dark. You give me a good villain, I'm on board. I like.
Remember when they
time you're here, I'm following along.
Remember when they released that Disney Plus Acolyte thing, and it was like blood,
it was a red saber. It was a red saber.
Yeah,
it wasn't blood. It was a red saber.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was one that had blood on it. I'm pretty sure there was a blood.
There's also one with a dog wiping his butt on it too. Did you see that one?
I did not see that one.
That was terrible.
Well,
right.
the mother made the comment very early on that it's about power and what you'll do to maintain it.
And that's exactly what was happening here, right? That's what Vanessa was doing the whole time. She didn't want the Senate to oversee the Jedi Council. The Jedi Council should be separate because they're elitists.
Yeah.
And what happens is these mistakes they keep making. Especially here, we see the reason why they are now leading the clone troopers and all this other stuff. We are seeing why they're reporting to the Senate, how Palpatine got control of them, and you're also seeing little things in the show that you see on the And I'm stealing this from. I only got to watch a few minutes of because we were recording. I just watched this literally like a half hour before we got on, and then I watched like 5 minutes of whatchamacall. I can't remember.
What is it?
Screen Crush.
Screen Crush. Thank you. I knew Sean would know. Screen Crush, and he brought up like there's things that you see that are on the Death Star that are in the Jedi thing. It's such merging of this because of the mistakes that the Jedi made, and that's what I like. It's like seeing those things, but I also like, again, I like. What would you guys call him? Darth Helmet, Darth whatever.
I don't mind him. Ed, you said earlier, like Saul.
I love this scene too.
Saul's his explanations keep getting interrupted.
It was so annoying.
I was like, but it's not only story things. Like one time, it gets interrupted by the credits, and you're like, okay. You're like, what the fuck? That's not fair.
That was one of the good things about this show is they did a really good job.
What's up, Carrie Carby? What's up, Zombie Hunter? And what's up, Taylor?
You already did all that, right?
I'm saying it again. I didn't.
There was a lot of connective tissue with this show in all of Star Wars. You got tie-ins to the original trilogy, to the prequels, to the sequels, to the standalones, to the legends. It was very good about pulling a lot of things throughout Star Wars, and I did enjoy that.
It pulled a lot of shit, but it didn't put it together right.
No, again, they failed on the delivery multiple times. So this episode I enjoyed, and it wasn't bad, but too many things had already fallen apart prior to this for it to save it. It couldn't save it.
The action in this episode, the fight choreography, all the special effects, top-notch shit, really good stuff. The fight choreography, for the most part, in this show has been really, really good.
Yeah.
Problem is, I don't give a shit about the actress that's playing the two sisters because I'm not getting anything from her. And as soon as Osha starts being like, "Rah!" and May's like, "Wait," I'm like, "Oh."
I think they fucked up making them twins. I think they should have just made them separate characters, two different actresses. It doesn't bode well because they're changing emotions, but the emotions aren't really changing. It's like the same thing you get from from both of them.
But they're the same person. That's why. That's the
which
objective
again
here.
Makes no fucking sense to me. I don't understand the logic of that because they're really not the same person. So that doesn't. So you're telling me that two twins are the same person but aren't the same person? That doesn't make any. No, they're two fucking people.
They're not twins.
They both got social security numbers. So both of them. They live separate lives.
There is no social security in.
No, I know. I'm just saying that.
I know.
She has a job.
Well,
he has a job. Like I just say, like they both have separate lives. They're two people. I'm sorry. It's not. They're one person. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I get what you're saying. Like in a higher sense. Oh, they were born of one soul. We are together, and they do that weird hand walk thing. No.
Oh.
She's over there, and she is over there, and they're gonna punch each other, and that one's gonna kill that one, and that one's gonna kill this other person. So like they are two people.
Yeah, you can't give me that one person shit unless they fucking merge together. It's just some Morphosis thing, like then all right, cool.
But see, that's what I think was going to happen.
What if they did that and it was like
and still might?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's what was going to happen. You saw the mom.
You can't do that shit. No fucking listen. No.
That hasn't happened in Star Wars yet, Sean. Every day it's something new.
Fuck no. We can't do that.
If you want to retcon it, that's how you kind of look at it, to where if it's one person and you take their personality and split it in half, you're going to have two shitty halves. Guess what we have? It's not a whole.
What should have happened, which I'll get to the end when we get to the end, I'm going to say what should have happened, but we'll get there. Because I got so many gripes about this. Like, again, great episode. It wasn't a bad episode, but you fucking missed the landing 2 episodes before that and an episode before that. So I can't get down with this. Like, as a whole, we'll talk about it as a whole. But
so yeah, this scene was very good. And then of course, May has her force vision where, well, I guess this is Osha, and she says she sees May killing Saul, and it just makes me laugh because that's the thing in Star Wars. Whenever any of the characters see the future and attempt to change it, all they end up doing is fulfilling it. Every time.
As soon as she said, "I saw May killing Saul," I'm like, "You're gonna fucking kill him."
Yeah, it was already
show you. You try to like it's telegraphed. Like that. I like when the show will do something that surprises me.
You ain't even expect it.
Or even if it doesn't surprise me, like it lands so well, and you're like, oh man, the acting is just perfect. And I don't know. This one just didn't feel like that. A lot of it felt very amateurish.
I agree. I agree with Steve. Like I do. I agree. Like I think that there were things that they could have pulled over our eyes and be like, damn, I didn't expect that. But I feel like I was expecting everything. I was like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
And then when shit happened, I was like, okay. That's it.
Like I didn't like any of this. Like her getting out and this whole escape, all of this was.
It wasn't bad.
I did like the I thought it looked great, the chase scene with the 2 ships.
Oh no! Again, special effects. Visually, I haven't had much of an issue except for the setting on that one planet when they were in the forest. That's it. But that feels even worse now when you see this shit, and you're like, oh, there's some money. It could have been a lot more like this.
So this is a weird thing. My understanding here is that he told her everything, and okay, blah blah. But she's like, oh well, I'm gonna escape.
But that's the thing, is he didn't tell her, because just as he was about to, she shocks him, and we get the interruption again.
Right, but what? But my curiosity.
He was also justifying his acts. You know, like he
was trying.
He was saying Here's the thing, like that. Why she ran off is because I'm not going to go admit to the council that I did something wrong. I'm going to go to tell the council that what I knew, what was happening on your planet, was the virgins.
Yeah,
and that's having both of you alive is going to prove it, because they're going to be able to tell that you two are whatever the same. We could just agree to disagree to that, but that's. He was justifying his actions, which is why she ran off.
But yeah, and that's. I'm glad you explained that a little, because I was trying to figure that shit out. I was like, why the hell is he chasing her for? What the hell's the point?
Yeah, like, because it's his way to prove what he did was right. He's been fighting for the 16 years. Again, it's ego with Jedi, and I've been saying this from the day one. Not just from this show. This is why Jedi are boring. They think everything they do is right.
Well, like but then it makes, as this show goes on, and you're finding all this out. You're thinking, okay, so 16 years, but like Osha was hanging out and she was a Jedi, but then she left, and like Saul just like let her go get a job with some mining crew, and she's just been like AWOL for a few years. But now suddenly like some other shit happens. So I don't know. It feels like if it was this big and it was this big of a deal to Saul, he would have been a lot closer to Osha than he was.
Well, I think he was. We just don't see that. And then she failed, and she couldn't let go of her anger. And I think that's it.
We got no flashback. We got no flashback of her training as a Jedi.
Right.
I mean, again, it's all clunky. You know, there's some.
That's it. It's just clunky.
There's some good concept, but they just couldn't pull it off on the delivery.
It had better it had better lightsaber duels than any of the sequel trilogies had.
Oh, by far.
Like this shit was top notch. All right, so whoever they got to do the fight choreography, do that. Like this is better, way better than what they did on Ahsoka. So do that. You know, let's do more of this.
This made no sense. I didn't get this at all.
Why
the hell is Basil like seriously? This was so unnecessary. It was a waste of time.
Yeah, but see, that's another thing. If he's chasing her down to get her, you know, to bring her back to the fucking Jedi, why fucking shoot her down?
I don't think he was gonna. I think he was just trying to like disable her vehicle,
disable the ship. Yeah. I don't think he was gonna blow her out of the.
You can't tell, but you can't. You can explain that to me, and like in a button that says dismantle or some dumb shit. Something else could have been better than what.
You need like a utility belt for Batman where it says like bat shark repellent.
No. Like it would on the screen it could have said dismantle. You know,
disable engines.
Disable engines. But it didn't. It seemed like he was going to shoot her the fuck down.
Yeah,
she was on target. And the little Basil thing stopped everything because he felt that he was going to kill her. Now, fucking the viewers thought he was going to kill her too. So how? There's no explanation behind that.
I didn't think so either. But again, it wasn't clear, and it goes back to the same point. Very clunky.
Very clunky.
One of the other parts that just again didn't make sense immediately after this, when the ships get knocked out of orbit and they're getting ready to crash, and this is May. And she's like, "Oh, brace yourself, Pip." What? She erased his memory. Why does she all of a sudden care about Pip?
I had to rewind it because I was like looking down and I heard "brace yourself, Pip," and I was like,
"Yeah."
I rewound it and I'm like,
"No sense."
Why? You just erased its memory and called it a piece of junk and put it in your bag. Like now, all of a sudden, you're like, "Wait," and not to mention like Basil. Right.
Yeah,
Basil. I liked Basil. This show made me not like Basil. That's the show's fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck you, show. You made me hate a little.
How'd you make me not like him all of a sudden? Look at him. He's adorable even right there.
So here's your scene with the senator, which you get a lot of good dialogue. And I mean, I thought it was a little overkill. They didn't have to go into specifics, especially when he's like, "Oh, you know, and when, not if that happens, who will be strong enough to stop him?" Like,
but he was right.
He's right.
I'm
not arguing that, but it is. I mean, it is pretty good.
But that's always the argument, right? Whenever anybody gets too powerful.
Oh
yeah, I mean, we talk about it with superheroes, right? Batman has a contingency plan for all the superheroes because if they get too powerful and go to the dark side, he knows how to take them down, right? Like that's why
I picked Batman first in my draft.
That's also why you got last place.
You're right.
I like this scene, but again, every time it cut to Vanessa, I was like, they just refuse to fix her makeup. They just continue to slap.
Well, it's not even her makeup.
Green grease paint on her. It looks patchy right here. It looks patchy.
In the shade, in the shadow, yeah.
Yeah. Although I loved
it, never bothered.
I hated it.
All the dialogue from Senator Rancourt, where I think the Jedi are a massive system of unchecked power posing as a religion and a delusional cult that claims to control the uncontrollable. It's like, God damn.
And he said that to her face.
Yes. And it was great because everybody
went to her office and told her that shit to her face.
I'll be honest with you, he told the wrong person.
Oh. He should have Yoda's like down the hall, bro.
But it was great because when he says that, every single person I know was thinking the same thing. And she goes, "Not the Force." He's like, "No, your emotions." And that was kind of like the mic drop moment, like, oh shit. So it was really good.
Yeah. And it's funny how he lays out all those things and she only is like, "We don't control the Force." And he's like, see, I wasn't even talking about that.
Yeah. And then he has his kind of closing when you're looking up to heroes and you don't have to face what's right in front of you. Like, And then of course he gets his little one line at the end. He's like, so good luck. Oh no, wait, what do you guys say? May the force be with you. It's like, oh god damn.
This was good shit. This was good shit.
Again, how is it the writing was so good right there? Like, it's so great.
He would have got a little green foot. Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah, Yoda's not going to play that shit. Yoda would have turned around and spun him in some word fucking salad so harsh.
But see, here's the thing, though. Like, you know, we see at the end, like, Yoda knows all this stuff.
Well, does
Yoda's part of the problem.
Oh, he definitely is. But I think he's
him and R2.
He's up in the. He's part of the head council.
I don't blame R2 for shit.
R2 is a little fucker, and you know it.
R2 knows everything.
R2 has so much knowledge that he just like sprinkles in when it's not convenient. You're like, damn,
I'm just gonna shut down for a decade and not talk to anybody.
Yeah. Oh hey. Oh, what do you guys want to know? Oh yeah, I got that right here. What the fuck? It's been 4 movies.
So Quamir's trying to switch and now work with OSHA and offer to train her, but OSHA's like, not gonna happen.
Like my name's OSHA. Somehow somebody stole my clothes, so now I'm just gonna dress just like my evil sister, down to the sash, like down to every last minute detail.
And then, of course, the very next scene, which was the moment that I was going bonkers.
No, this is the moment I said, fuck you. I said, fuck you, because you know what? You're going to pull this motherfucker out and the last goddamn episode.
And this is it. And this is it.
4 episodes ago.
But why? We don't know if he's there for what reason.
It's Plagueis.
I know it's Plagueis, but we don't know why he's there. We don't know, is he
again? Why pull that fucking out of your hat on the last episode, bro?
Because it's a teaser for season 2.
If they get that, like,
yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know. Lil, you think it's gonna get season 2?
I mean, if they do, I'd like new writers and a new showrunner.
There you go.
100%.
See, this. I like you sometimes.
Well, I'm not saying arguing, I'm not. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not arguing with you guys that there's tons of faults with this, but sure. I'm not arguing with you that this is the biggest dog pile piece of shit I've ever watched.
Oh no,
we've watched some pieces of shit.
We have.
Okay, Where would you rank this in the Star Wars then? Because like I've seen worse things than this all the time. Like more often than not, but. I
think I like this more than I did like Ahsoka.
What?
I think I like this more than I like. Oh fuck!
This is last.
See, the
Book of Boba Fett was last for me.
Book of Boba Fett was last for sure.
Book of Boba Fett has some great fucking episodes.
Yeah, but it has some shit too.
Yeah, the Mandalorian episode was fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm glad. I don't want to say, like, I like Book of Boba. I actually, as much as hate as Book of Boba Fett, the only thing I did not fucking like was a damn speeder.
No, Boba Fett had 2 good episodes. Boba Fett had the Mandalorian shit, that episode, and Boba Fett had the train episode. Other than that, poof, get it out of here.
The last episode was great.
I include that with the Mandalorian.
Zombie Hunter said there was a lot of good things in Acolyte, but the problem was there wasn't enough of them.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I think that's the thing, and I guess I'm casually watching it. I wasn't like so in, so like as watching it casually, like getting the fight scenes here, because we haven't seen that, and I think Steve, you talked about it, right? Like Ahsoka didn't have these kind of lightsaber battles, and yet Ahsoka, everyone's carrying lightsabers around, and
I like Ahsoka for what it was because
it was a sequel to
Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels, and I get that, but the thing is like Rebels was so good that then this sequel in Ahsoka like didn't hit where it needed to hit.
Fuck yeah, I love Ahsoka. You really think this was better than Ahsoka? Like, come on, bro, for real? That Clone Wars episode alone fucking trumps this whole goddamn show. That episode alone trumped that whole show. And then the Balin shit, like that was great. Like the storyline was great.
Yeah, Balin was what I enjoyed. I didn't enjoy
the only
anything
thing I
else.
didn't like about Ahsoka was Sabine was fucking Jedi. That was the only thing I did not like.
But that was almost every episode with Sabine.
I was so hyped for the next episode of Ahsoka. I was never hyped for the fucking next episode of Acolyte. I just wanted it to be over.
But you were. But the reason why is because you had 4 seasons of Rebels that built into your hype for this.
Again, it's my own opinion though. Like I can't.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like in general, Ahsoka is the 5th season of Rebels, so of course you're gonna be hyped because you're wanting more.
Yeah.
And again, Ray Stevenson was fantastic in that, and that's again where I always lean toward. If you give me a good villain, I'm gonna be engaged. I didn't care for Thrawn. I'm gonna put it out there. I thought Thrawn was wasted in Ahsoka.
How? He did what Thrawn does. Nothing. Thrawn just talks a lot and strategically plans shit. That's what Thrawn does.
I just didn't care for it.
All right.
Well, I don't know. This would be down towards the bottom, if not at the bottom for me, for sure. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's like I think that it's terrible. I think this had some great ideas, but it just didn't. It wasn't executed well. So, Lil, like you were saying, new showrunner, new
writers,
new lead actress. Bam! I'm just gonna say it. Get her out of here. Then we're good to go.
No, Steve. You know what it was, and I'm gonna say it now. Just get it over with. They should have just killed one of them. So that way you don't have
instead of the mind wipe thing.
You should just killed her and call it a day. So that way you don't have to deal with having to fucking deal with another 2-person actress.
When they mind wiped, and then she's like, "What did I do?" I was like, "No, I don't. No, we're not gonna do it again."
Yeah.
No, we're not doing this all over again.
Yeah, it's the same thing all over again. It's like, why not just kill her? Just kill her and call it a day. Like, I would have been happy.
Oh, you don't remember your sister?
Steve, again, like you said, Steve, like you said, those Game of Thrones moments where shit happens and you don't know what's gonna happen. That was their moment to do it and to know that it wasn't gonna happen. Oh,
they tried. Shit. They tried in this episode to have a Game of Thrones moment, and it fell so fucking flat.
It fell flat.
That I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, damn, a character that I really liked too. Like just because I like the actor. So I'm like, I really was like hoping for good stuff. And like, this is it. Wonderful. So this whole fight scene right here, this whole fight scene was
agreed.
Top notch. Great shit, especially when they get out of that tunnel. That tunnel was cool too because it was like tight quarters. But some of the force shit, like when Saul does that triple kick, fucking that was nuts.
Yeah, maybe that. You know what? Yeah. That would have been better. They just decided to hire twins.
I hated it when Quamir undid his saber. When Quamir undid his saber and then he had like the little one, but then he just kept doing one-handed attacks with the other hand just kind of standing there. I'm like, damn it. Like, and then he was just out of both of them really quick.
But it was dope when he threw both of them though.
It was. And this move from Saul was fucking clutch too. He just force bubble push everything. But I'm like, I mean, I guess it's been 16 years. I'm like, damn, where was that strength when you were just trying to get those 2 little fucking 20-pound girls? Like, what the fuck's... What the hell's going on?
Well, then that whole explanation of that and how that shit happened too was like, oh, really? Like you could have showed me 5 seconds of that. Oh, I got sucked into a tunnel. What? you got sucked into a tunnel?
Well, I agree. You know, they could have shown like when Luke fell.
Yeah. We had 2 episodes of flashback to that night. 2 whole episodes of flashback to that night, and not one of them explained what the fuck happened when she fell off that ledge. She's like, "Oh, I fell in this tunnel." Like, oh, that explains it.
Yeah, right. Like really?
I'd be like, "You're a ghost. Like, we got to fight now because there's no way you lived through this. Like, you just landed a tunnel, broke your fall. That's not how tunnels work."
But Steve, I just explained it. We saw this in the original trilogy. Luke fell from 1,000 feet.
But they showed it at least.
Well, that tunnel was dead on
God,
exact from Cloud City, so we
I
all
hope if
knew
I
right
ever
away.
fall from a really tall height, that there's a tunnel to break my fall. Like I really hope that I just
That's
right
yeah,
in there.
that's in every Star Wars.
Like, oh my God, what are the odds? Yay!
But I guess that's my problem with everyone's hate, because I see these flaws and all the other stuff, and everyone loves it. But I'm like, it's the same thing right here. I was like, it's the same fucking thing.
I also didn't understand. I also still have a problem with how the fuck she caught this rock cave on fire. That's not how fire or rocks work. What?
Magical
Like
fire.
she dropped that thing and it fell onto a granite slate floor surrounded by rock walls, and the fire was just like on what? Did you soak everything in gasoline? Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
You missed that part.
Moments.
Yep.
You missed that part.
No, it's the virgins. It makes rocks flammable.
Yeah, it's all flammable.
Fucking cool.
In the Star Wars universe, you didn't know that, Steve? Rocks are flammable? It was actually made out of coal.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've solved it. There you go. Solved.
Thank you, Lil. Coal Mountain.
I also like how Komir's helmet like makes his neck like jet black, and then when he takes it off, his neck's not black no more. It's good stuff too.
It's Batman. Eyes turn black.
Shadow.
No, they done close-ups. I'm like, that's black grease paint. I can tell because it's the same brand they used on that green chick.
You can see his skin.
Patchy.
All right.
We get another callback moment to the original trilogy as May disarms Saul, and it's kind of the whole thing with the Emperor when he's like, "Go ahead," and Luke's like, "Nope," throws his saber away. It's the same exact thing.
I do like the kyber crystal change thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of tough.
There you go.
But look, see that face? That's her face for the whole show. And during this really climactic, very emotional moment, that's her face the whole time. And I know you can try to explain it away, but give me fucking something to go on.
I'm with you. This one, even if they did the dumb Anakin orange eyes shit, I would have been happy.
Could you imagine if they did the orange start to glow and shit, a fucking single tear or some shit? Yo, all right, different.
She had no emotion in her face while doing shit. It just didn't. It didn't. No. It wasn't like
she looks like she's looking through him at like a cue card, not.
Yeah,
and he's giving it his all. He's giving it his all right here. He's trying to like emote and act while she's Vader choking him.
She's choking him.
But that Kyber crystal move was tight. That was a great shot. And watching the red infect the blue crystal was a really nice touch. So I'll give him credit where credit's due. Yeah.
Jedi arrive, and she makes her connection with Komir and realizes that that's her former Padawan.
Yeah, that fucking punchable Jedi's in there.
So that was my things not behind her. So two WTF moments. Like I figured that was gonna happen. So and Kymir made a comment that he's older than people think he looks. So I don't know. But the fact that Soul, like she even called Soul like one of her best friends, did not know who her Padawan used to be, it's kind of mind blowing. Like, wow, how old is Kymir?
Remember, Saul made the comment that he seemed familiar.
You're right. I didn't even think about it.
Saul can't explain that now because he's dead.
Oh,
you know who's not dead? Mog. How does Saul die? And this fucking punchable jerk is just alive and kicking out here arresting people and shit. What the fuck?
I didn't even pay attention to him.
As soon as I saw it, I was like,
These are all like red shirts in Star Trek to me.
I was drawing. I wasn't even look. I just heard his voice, and my hand just immediately went to a fist, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" Oh, that guy's on screen again.
Yeah, you stupid.
Now, There was the moment just before the Jedi left the temple, and it was kind of a throwaway scene, but this is again where, because I'm the Star Wars nerd that I am, when your favorite character, Maug, goes in, and Venestra's on the phone, and she says that whole thing of, I know he is, but I need to get a message to him. This is urgent. We don't know what that means, and the other person is like, well, this is highly unorthodox, but I'll see what I can do. We have no idea what this means, and it's a throwaway. Here's my deep cut on that one, to where Plagueis, like all Sith, has an alter ego. It's Higo Damask, who is a very important person in the galaxy. Is she in connection with him, not realizing, kind of like Palpatine / Sidious? Again, that's what I saw, and because of me, I'm like, oh, maybe that's
I assumed it was Yoda, because she went to talk to him.
No, but she's not going to call Yoda, and Yoda's not going to have a secretary who's going to be like, this is highly unorthodox.
How do you know Yoda doesn't have a secretary? All we've seen him in the prequels is sitting on the council in his little chair.
Yoda's secretary is Yaddle. She gets her money later on.
So
every time I think I know Star Wars pretty good, like, or I'm getting a real good grasp on it, Ed drops some shit, like, without even looking it up, of like some fucking 8-syllable name, and I'm like, I don't know shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe we'll go with that.
Again, it was a throwaway scene that I don't think anybody casually watching the show even remembered. But when I saw it, it was just like
another season 2 seed, eh?
Potentially so. And here's your tunnel that breaks her fall, which is an exact look of the tunnel from Cloud City.
Looks very hard. It doesn't look soft at all to break a fall. It looks almost like the inside of a lightsaber hilt, like with the ridges and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I guess.
Saul is dead. Quamir's watching.
I thought that was funny. He's like, and
then he's going like a horror movie.
I have like, if you play that little fucking sound from Michael Myers in Halloween, he's like,
yeah. He's like right there. I thought they actually were going to fight, but I kind of figured they were going to fight, but I guess that didn't happen.
Yeah, I needed more of her giving him those scars. Let's see it,
Which that's the interesting part, because they're on his back. Maybe. So it's almost like he was trying to get away and she's whipping at him. I don't know.
Something.
So bad. It's just
lightsaber right to the stomach.
Well, that doesn't matter. Nobody dies from that anyway half the time.
Yeah, well, you can make her die.
only Qui-Gon. Only Qui-Gon do die from a lightsaber.
Yeah. Cut her head off and then show it behind the trees. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's Quamir. If he's going to do it, he's going to do like he did Jackie and just go hard. Big 3. Bop, bop, bop. And then the sister who doesn't remember anything gets taken back and questioned, which is whatever. You get your scene in front of the Senate where she's continuing the lie.
I didn't even understand this. Was this a Senate? Like, I didn't even know who the fuck these motherfuckers
were. She puts all this shit on Saul. It's fucked up.
Yep. So this is, I'm assuming, the Chancellor and whatever his inquiry group is, as they were like, okay, so why the hell are you hiding murders from us? And she pins it all right on Saul. That it was a rogue Jedi that killed Jedi and then took his own life because he felt bad. Wrap it all up nice. Everybody good.
Yeah, but again,
it's all a lie.
Was right. Yeah, but the senator was right. Oh, it was a rogue Jedi. No. You tell me that it never happened.
So
yeah, but that's bullshit because at this point, well, no, Dooku didn't change yet. So yeah, and I guess because this is all before. So never mind.
Yep,
well,
all before.
Clearly, the Jedi are no good at this point.
Well, they're just doing whatever they can to be the only Force-using power
they better
in the galaxy.
Do something. They need to keep them away from this Tim Burton-ass council they got going.
Yo, right?
Fucking, I don't know what's going on. It feels like something, but I don't know if it feels like Star Wars to me.
True.
Feels like something.
It's like Fifth Element.
Yeah, well, Gary Oldman should be there. Like,
Yeah. All right.
And then you just get your Sith hand holding moment.
Look, she's making that face again.
Like it would have been nice. It would have been nice at the end of this that they walk in and they're like Plagueis is right there in a chair. Like that would have been fucking cool. Like
But
shit.
why?
I don't necessarily need. I didn't need him in this at all because it's just a really quick flash and like we already kind of assumed, but I don't know.
It just would have been a nice setup for season 2. If you're going to do season 2, have Plagueis in a throne and then have them two like looking on and he's looking on the bar. Like it's like you remember how
there's a Sith ruler too. That would be 3.
But see, it's an acolyte. She's an acolyte. So remember, there's 2 Siths, but remember, Asajj Ventress was an acolyte.
They're always looking for the next one.
Right.
It's just a matter of whether if I'm the Sith Lord, hey, are you better than my apprentice? So you can kill my apprentice and take their place, or is the apprentice looking for who's going to work with them as he kills his master?
Right.
So
right.
You always have one of the ways.
That's why I don't see like him like taking him to
It just seems like
taking her to Plagueis.
bad business model. I'd be like,
here's somebody who's either going to kill me or I'm going to kill you.
But look, that's just how
not
it
a lot
is.
of growth.
I understand your explanation, but that's just how it is. Like, that's how the story is. That's how it works. And that's how it always
like the Jedi are like, you can get a Padawan, you train him up, then he becomes a Jedi Knight. Then you can get another one and train him up, and then pretty soon you'll have like all these Jedi Knights that you trained up, and it's fucking awesome. And the Sith are like, you get one, and he's gonna kill you. Unless you don't train him well, then you can kill him, but then you got to do it all over again.
We're gonna have you bring in the third one, but that only means one of us has got to go.
I'm good on that.
At the end of the day, I don't know.
Well, then we get the final scene, the final shot, Ed.
Oh, yes. There you go.
So we were wrong. We're not getting a young Yoda.
No, we're getting an old.
But then again, I guess I shouldn't have thought we would have. If he was old already in episode 1.
900 years old.
Yeah, he's only 700 and change here.
Yeah. So.
You get him in a little bit younger. Just a little bit.
I mean, salt and pepper at least. You know, he's still just with the straight white, but I guess Grogu has just straight up white hair. Like, that's fucked up as a race. Like, you're just born looking old. It's like Benjamin Button race.
No, this motherfucker looks older than he looked in fucking Clone Wars, dog.
Because he's a puppet. Because this is practical.
It's the actual puppet. It's the actual puppet from the 70s. It looks.
Yeah. They could have made. Listen. As much fucking money as this goddamn show cost, you could have gave me a younger looking Yoda from the back.
I don't mind.
I like this
because I like the classic. You know,
no, I like seeing it.
But he didn't look like this in the fucking in the prequels.
No, this is Empire Strikes Back Yoda.
This is for one shot, man.
No. You play by the rules, motherfucker. You don't give me no bullshit. I don't want to see a Yoda puppet. No, I want to see a younger looking Yoda with a white cloak on or some cool shit. Not no old ass guards that you got. Look at that shit he got on.
We don't know what he looks like from the front.
I was gonna say, can you even tell?
Looks like somebody just picked up a cardboard box and he was hiding underneath it.
Lil, come on, man. I got a statue right there, the Clone Wars statue, and he don't look nothing like that from the back, bro. That don't make no sense, man. Yo, they playing with this shit loosely, and this is why motherfuckers get mad. You could have did something way better than that, bro. I'm sorry.
His hair should at least been combed.
Something
Maybe
better.
He just got out of bed, man. Maybe those are
he's always in bed.
He looks like Bernie Sanders.
Bro, I can put his statue over to you right now and put it from the back. It don't look nothing like that.
Right? And he's like, these fucking Jedi need to stop their shit.
You gotta put him in the chair with the gloves.
Bro, come on, man. Like they playing
with so long together because he flew coach.
I don't know, man.
I didn't
All right.
mind it. I mean, it was a quick shot. It was,
Yeah, but then you gonna pull this fucking tomfoolery on me all of a sudden, and then are we gonna get a season 2? Maybe not. Motherfuckers hated the show, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, you gotta change everything about what you did. It better be better. Season 2 better be way fucking better than this shit. You better be way better than this shit.
well, my guess is if they do a season 2, we're gonna have more of Yoda. We're gonna have more of other characters.
Oh yeah. Well, now you're going to get Yoda and Plagueis as principal characters. Yeah.
And something happened in episode 1 because wow. He discovered PCP right before Phantom Menace happened. That fool, his eyes were all bugged out, different colors and shit.
That original Yoda was
so that puppet, that Yoda puppet. Oh, that was.
He looked like a Gremlins puppet.
Yeah, but they changed that. They changed that though.
Oh yeah, they CGI'd over that real quick. As soon as episode 2 came out, they were like, "Oh."
Woo!
They said he looked like a catcher's mitt.
That thing was frightening.
He looked like fucking Warwick Davis. He looked like a leprechaun. It's like, oh, shit. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we didn't have to fight that much. Although I think we agreed a lot more than we disagreed.
We did. It was just in the beginning, We had to get it out. We had to fight.
Oh my god.
Oh, that why is he cross-eyed?
Oh.
He's got the meth teeth. Dang, man.
That does look like Leprechaun. You're right.
God, dude, come on. And
No way, man. Warwick Davis looked great.
And then they end up changing it to that.
That does not look very good either.
But then they changed it to this, didn't
That's not the CG.
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
Yeah. See, he looked way younger. He got a little John. I'm like, come on.
I'm telling you right there. He
Look at his
got
shoulders.
bed.
Look at
Hair
his
is
shoulders.
messed up.
His shoulders are. The other one. He looks hunched. He's got like a big old lump on his back. He looks like.
Yeah, I agree.
Empire Strikes Back, Yoda.
He's got his shoulders out and shit. He's ready.
Yeah, look at that shit. He look all old as shit, like he can't even hold up a lightsaber.
That looks like a fucking Life Alert commercial.
It look like a snake should be on his back or something, like around his neck or something.
This is the opening for like a
puppet.
old folks home.
But see, if this was some Spider-Man shit, you would have took it real seriously. That's not Tobey Maguire. That's not Garth. Like, come on, bro. For real? It's because it's Star Wars. You don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If it was Marvel, you'd be like, "Oh, that's not fucking blah blah blah." Come on, man. Take it.
I'm also more forgiving when it comes to that too, because if I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it.
You're forgiven. Yeah. All right.
I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta eat dinner. So,
Steve, I'll talk to you later, brother.
We gotta sign off on the show.
You want to?
I was just. It's late.
All right, we'll get him off.
Oh, wow.
Good night, man. Oh, you want to come back on now?
I was about to bring myself back
on. But yeah, that's it, man. Next
Final
week.
thoughts for the whole episode or for the whole series?
Oh, for the whole series.
It's a
Real quick.
sidekick.
Sidekick.
I'm a sidekick. Yeah, I'm a sidekick. I'm not
I
gonna
wouldn't give it a high. I think the lows are too low, but the highs are so high that it's just
right in the middle. Yep. Good opportunity. Some great things that they fell flat on. They went too hard with stuff that they didn't need to and didn't explain stuff that they should have.
How much was the budget?
Oh, it was like 100
million.
Yeah.
How much?
180
Oof.
for 8 episodes.
Waste of money. Well, that budget.
I don't know where they spent it.
I don't know how they're going to get it back, but hey, it's not going to be with merchandise. I don't know if anybody's running out to buy that OSHA action figure.
Nobody's buying that shit, though. Those are all shelf hitters. That's just going to sit on the shelf. And you see, usually you get like a hot toy or some kind of preview of a hot toy for this shit. You ain't getting nothing. I haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Not one
Quamir
hot-
with the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
His lightsaber too. So.
All right. Well, ain't nobody buying that shit. But all right. Next week, I don't know what we're gonna do next week. We gotta talk about that.
I won't be here, so
that's fine. We're not. Listen, we ain't losing no sleep from because you're negative Nancy-ness.
I'll miss you, despite our
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. You know, I'll be having fun in Disneyland. So
That's right. You are going to Disneyland. Are you gonna share some Star Wars stuff over there? See what they got new over
I
there?
might, maybe I'll jump in live from Batu.
It'll be early. It's only 6.
It'll be yeah. I was gonna say it would be.
It's still sun out. The sun is still out right now.
I know exactly. That's why like it. I doubt I'll be reviewing Deadpool with you guys if you guys go that weekend. So.
Oh, we're definitely going. We're definitely
going.
Yeah.
It'll be 8:00 here, and I'll be probably having dinner. So
yeah, and you'll be like, "How the fuck does Steve do this every week?" Speaking of that, I gotta go. I gotta eat dinner. So
hey man, have a good night, brother.
All right, talk to y'all later.
Later.
So that is it. Till next time. This is Sean.
this is Will.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.